So, ladies and gents, if you're just joining us on court right now, we have an all-Australian affair. Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli up against Sarah Batterglen and Steph Wheeler. So Steph Wheeler earning herself and Sarah another point. They've taken an early lead 2-1. Both of these teams fairly experienced on the Australian tour and some international competitions as well. So we are expecting a fairly tough encounter here. Great swing there from Katie Bartoli up against a monster blocker in Steph Wheeler, one of the best up-and-coming players in Australia, and Sarah Batterglen, of course, an exceptional defender on tour and very experienced as well. So there'll be a tough combination today. What a rally to start off this match, and as you've seen there, Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli exceptional in their own right, so let's hope we get more rallies like that one in this game here. Both of these teams won their 2 matches yesterday, so both of them guaranteed to go through to the next round. It's just a matter of who goes through first and who goes through second. Obviously you want to go through first in your pool so that you get a slightly easier crossover match in the next round later on this afternoon. Sarah and Steph taking an early lead 3-2 here on centre court at Manly Beach. Great shot there from Katie Bartoli. The set from Christy just a little bit too far off the net for Katie to really go in and aggressively attack the ball, but excellent precision shot there from Katie, finding the floor. So she's back to serve 3-all now. That serve from Katie just long, so the teams will change ends here. The conditions are absolutely spectacular this morning here at Manly Beach. The sun is out, there's very little wind, so there isn't really a good end or a bad end in terms of the conditions and elements for the players out there. Perhaps the northern end of the beach, slightly easier for the players that don't have the sun in their eyes, but you'd say that's probably about it in terms of a good end or a bad end. And Steph there with the ace down the middle in between Christy and Katie. So they take an early 5-3 lead. So that swing from Katie just long as well. Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli just trying to find their rhythm this morning, work out their positioning and the lines, and finding the court. So Steph Wheeler back to serve. Great swing there from Christy Jenkins. She had the high line call from Katie, but Sarah Batterglen there was all over it. So great decision, good vision there from Christy, finding the cross court well and truly open for her. Serving 4-6. Excellent transition play there. Katie Bartoli just taking a nice little knuckle on the first play of the defense there, just showing her skill level. This of course is her home beach here in Manly, so she'll be feeling very comfortable. Christy Jenkins just going long with that serve. So 7-5 to Sarah Battiglin and Steph Wheeler. Sarah back to serve now. Good pressure at the net there from Christy Jenkins up against the monster blocker and Steph Wheeler. Absolutely huge out there at the net, really tough to get by. And it makes defense for Sarah a lot easier in the court knowing that Steph's taking out a certain amount of space at the net. Excellent play, Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli. What a chase down from Christy as well. Those two just giving each other time, playing the ball nice and high. Katie with the sky ball over to Steph Wheeler. Good control from the girls in light blue, but just unable to finish it at the net. So Katie Bartoli back to serve now, 7-all. Great touch there from Christy on the block, but unable to chase it down, Katie Bartoli. So Steph Wheeler claiming that point. She'll be pretty happy with that one. Goes back to serve, leading 8-7. Clever play there. Christy Jenkins saw the block, saw the big high hands of Steph Wheeler there and went straight off the top of them. Christy and Katie will have talked about that before the game, just the pure height and presence of Steph Wheeler at the net and how they go about getting around her. And great serve there from Christy with the ace down the line on Sarah Battiglin. So a 9-8 lead now for the girls in white down the southern end of the beach. Christy going for the line again, unable to find it that time, so a bit of a let off there for Sarah Battiglin and Steph Wheeler. Sarah back to serve, trying to G on her partner, 9-all. Christy Jenkins going for the tight cut shot. Steph Wheeler again didn't get a touch on the ball then, but just her pure presence at the net is really intimidating as a player coming in. You don't really feel like you've got the flow and the ability to really go after the ball as you would normally. Just wide on that serve from Sarah Battiglin. She gave it a double look. Was it in? Was it out? The referee has the final say, of course, that one out. So Katie Bartoli back to serve. So Sarah Battiglin really swinging quite well to start this set. You'll notice Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli going after Sarah for the most part from the service line. Sarah is a very experienced player, but doesn't have the height that her partner Steph Wheeler has, so they feel that they can defend her a little bit easier on the attack. However, Sarah proving that she's got a bit of firepower in her arm this morning. So 11-10 they lead at the technical timeout. You're watching the Australian Beach Volleyball Tour Finals down here at Manly Beach.
Pretty much nothing beyond the draw to win $500 gift voucher. Anywhere in the world, next to Hello World. And for all things volleyball, check out Macassar. And if you're a local and wondering how to get involved, check out mpva.org.au. And how to get involved.
So the players back out on centre court, ready to carry on with the play. Battiglin Wheeler leading 11-10 over Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli. Steph Wheeler just getting a little touch on the net there. Of course, if you touch the net at any point in beach volleyball, it's an automatic point to the opposition. So Christy Jenkins back to serve. It's 11-all here. We've got a contest on our hands. Christy Jenkins with a big block on the big blocker, Steph Wheeler. Excellent transition play so far from Christy and Katie. They're really hustling in defence and forcing Sarah Batterglen and Sarah Wheeler to have to play the ball every single time. It's proving to be working at the moment. They take a 12-11 lead. Excellent play there, Christy Jenkins. Great defensive play above her head, just taking all the power off of that ball. And then finding the back of the line there on transition. So a nice little 2-point buffer for Christy and Katie, leading 13-11. Oh, that transition play again, working a treat for Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli. 3-point lead now, leading 14-11. So Sarah Batterglen and Steph Wheeler just having a little chat as they're waiting to receive serve. What can they do differently here to try and stop the momentum of Jenkins and Bartoli? There it is, clever play there. Sarah Batterglen running behind the set of Steph Wheeler, just making the blockers have to move a little bit, and then the nice little knuckle, rainbow knuckle over the top. So 12-14, Sarah Batterglen. This of course is also her home beach, so she'll be feeling nice and comfortable as well. Has been living in Victoria for a while and has now moved down to Adelaide full time to be with the Australian setup down there. Of course, loves being home here in Sydney on Manly Beach. Big block there by Steph Wheeler, just unable to really penetrate the net and bring the ball down. So Katie Bartoli having a bit of a fuel moment. 15-12. Great play there, Katie Bartoli. Out of position on that attack, managed to just get her feet to the ball and swing deep. When you're in trouble in beach volleyball, always swing deep, keep the pressure on the opposition. And it paid dividends for Katie Bartoli on that occasion. 16 serving 12 here. Now the sun is coming down, it is absolutely piercing. There isn't much wind around. So beautiful playing conditions, but it will be quite hot out there for the girls. Steph Wheeler there, maybe just a little tactic to slow the play down, getting her glasses wiped. Just let everybody settle, perhaps make Katie have to think a bit more about this serve. Well, Katie Bartoli nailing the ace down the line there. Beautiful serve, finding the line. So 17-12 to Bartoli and Jenkins. And another one, 2 in a row there. Katie, excellent serving. Can see everybody in the stands really getting behind the local girls. So Sarah Batterglen and Steph Wheeler just calling a timeout. Probably could have done it a couple of points ago just to try and stop the momentum of Katie and Christy. Trailing 12-18. So points for Katie and Christy at the moment being won mainly on serve, but also in transition. They're really defending well and forcing the pressure back on Steph and Sarah to really have to play the ball. They're not giving up any easy points at the moment. So Sarah and Steph just having a chat. How can they combat that? What can they do? Maybe just simplify the play a little bit. Push the pass forward, push the set forward, and try and get on the net. That's where they're definitely at their best. So back out on court now. Katie Bartoli to serve 18-12. What a swing. The transition again working for Katie Bartoli and Christy Jenkins. Strong swing there from Sarah Batterglen in attack for the girls in light blue, but the girls in white just able to take the brunt of the force right now and turn it into a point. Clever play there from Steph. Just played that second well, played it a bit too long, but the right idea, just trying to change up the rhythm, make the defense have to think a little bit, give them something else to look at. Great play again there. Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli. Sarah Batterglen and Steph Wheeler just a little bit rusty with their play. The wind has picked up a tiny bit, so perhaps that's having a bit of an impact on their touches on the ball. Just not giving each other the best touches to then go and make the ball better. Of course, that's the goal. First touch, you want to make it as easy as possible for your partner to come onto the ball to give you a good set. So they just need to regather a little bit here. 21-12, the first set score to Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli. So the players back out on court here, centre court at Manly Beach for the Australian Beach Volleyball team. And an ace for Steph down the line. She'll be happy with that. They take a 3-1 lead. They'll be looking to build the momentum here as this second set goes on. Steph Wheeler using the woodwork there. So a 4-1 lead, of course, you can use any part of the net that is within the antennas. Solid side out there, Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli. Christy had the big block in front of her, but didn't seem to phase her on that occasion. Went for the sharp cross-court swing. So Katie Bartoli back to serve. 2-4. Great cut shot there from Katie Bartoli. So after a slow start, Christy Jenkins, Katie Bartoli back to within 1 point, changing ends, 3 serving 4. Again, Katie Bartoli, local Manly girl here. Just unable to get the right contact on the ball on that serve. So 5-3, Sarah Batterglen and Steph Wheeler. Sarah back to serve now. Katie just missing down the line there. Good block there from Steph Wheeler. Didn't get a touch on it, but her presence down the line, she was in the right position, forcing Katie to go wide down the line. So Sarah back to serve now, 6 leading 3. Aggressive swing there from Katie Bartoli. Took on those big hands of Steph Wheeler. Can hit into the weakest part of the block as well, which is the fingers at the top, and more likely to be able to swing off it. Going for that second ball again there, Steph Wheeler. Right idea again, but pushing it long again on that occasion. So Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli back to within 1 point in this second set, 5-6. Strong serve there from Christy Jenkins. So Ross Solly sitting with me. Sarah Batterglen and Steph Wheeler on this occasion just being outplayed here by Jenkins and Bartoli. What do they need to do to really get the momentum back in this second set and force a third?
I think they just need to back themselves a little bit. There might be a little bit of self-doubt creeping in. Certainly when you look at the body language from both teams, the team closest to camera certainly look a lot more positive, and they're playing a lot more positive type of beach volleyball, and really the last thing you want to do is let your partner know that you're feeling a little bit negative about how things are going. So they just need to get positive and start to play some attacking type of beach volleyball and get themselves back into this, because at the moment they started off so positively in this set, having dropped the first set, but now they've come out and calling a timeout, with Jenkins Bartoli getting a nice little run on here, leading 8-6 and up 1 set to love here at Manly Beach. It's a change of ends.
Much better play there from Sarah Batterglen and Steph Wheeler. Good set there from Steph, just putting Sarah on the net. She's not the tallest player out there, so the closer you can get her to the net, the more options she's going to have in attack, just to try and create some more angles out there. So 7-8 now. Great shot there, Christy Jenkins. Saw that Steph had pulled off the net really late, so didn't quite get fully back in defense. Couldn't reach that ball, so Katie Bartoli back to serve, 9-7. Katie Bartoli, another transition play for the girls in white, finding the line there. Good pass from Sarah Batterglen on serve receive there, but perhaps the set just not tight enough for her again. She really wants to force Christy Jenkins, who's blocking at the moment, force her to stay at the net to block, just to give her more space to attack in defense. Another solid transition play. A better set there from Steph Wheeler for Sarah Batterglen, but Christy Jenkins just deciding last minute to pull off the net, made the tough dig above her head in transition, and it's forced the Australian combination, Sarah Batterglen and Steph Wheeler, to call a timeout, trailing 7-11 in this second set. make or break for them in this second set. They went down 21-12 in the first. So Ross, Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli, they've had a pretty good summer together so far. They've won a couple of events on the Australian too, so that you can tell they're feeling confident out there and really enjoying the play, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think they would both admit that they had disappointing World Tour. Certainly in Shepparton was a great disappointment for them. They did a little bit better last weekend, but probably still came up a little bit short of where they would have hoped to have ended up. So just a chance this weekend to reassert themselves, and they have ambitions to go on the World Tour and play there. And if you're going to do that sort of thing, you've really got to be on the podium or thereabouts at an event like this. So just wanting to step up. Both these teams have ambitions to go onto the World Tour, so there's a lot at stake here for both teams, and at this stage Christy and Katie are getting the game together nicely.
Much better attack for the girls in light blue there. Steph Wheeler giving Sarah a really nice set, peachy set at the net that sat up nice and tight for Sarah to absolutely go after that. So solid point for Batterglen Wheeler there. Sarah back to serve 8-11. Steph Wheeler there showing why she's one of Australia's most promising up-and-coming athletes. Huge blocking at the net, forcing Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli to have to play the ball again and again, and a great finish from Sarah there. So 9-11 now here on centre court.
And we're just going to, in a moment, be joined by Nikki Lead. We know that Nikki has had to forfeit this morning her matches because of a back injury. So as we go to a timeout at 12-9 with Jenkins and Bartoli in control, just have a very quick chat with Nikki and just find out how her back... She's not moving that well, I've got to say. I've seen her move a lot better than what she's moving. Nikki, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Ross.
Are you really?
Yeah, look, I'm all right. I think just wanted to sleep in, want to go back to bed. No, we have to sort of plan for the rest of the year, and my back's sort of at a stage where I could play through it, but to the detriment to a training week and competition coming forward. So we had to make a tough decision, which is disappointing. It's been a long time since I've had to withdraw from a tournament, so yeah.
Have you had back problems before? Is it something that has sort of dogged you much over the years?
Oh yeah, look, I've had back problems as much as half the population have. It's always sort of been something I've had to manage a bit. It's been a while since it's been something that's held me back from training and competing, which is why it's important that we get back on top of it quickly so that it's not something that's slowing down the rest of the season.
And so just to clarify, because I'm sure with your forfeit this morning you could still make it through to the next round if you wanted, but that's it, you're out of this tournament now?
Yeah, we're out of the tournament, so we're withdrawn from our single elimination round as well.
All right, well, disappointing obviously. We love watching you play, and I know how much you love playing here at Manly Beach, and you don't get a lot of opportunity to do it, but rest up, take it easy, and so what will be the next tournament for you, Nick?
So the next tournament for me and Phoebe will be an Asian Tour event in Thailand in about 2.5 weeks, and then Asian Champs after that, so our season starts to kick off.
Look after your back then, between now and then, because we want to see you back out there on the sand and doing great stuff for Australia. Thanks for having a chat to us. What do you think, just before I let you go? It's a really even competition, this women's competition here, isn't it?
It is an even competition. I think there's we're seeing a lot of talent and we're seeing a lot of good volleyball, so hopefully may the best man win.
Or the best woman in this case. And good on you for sitting on that fence. Now when you got a sore back, you probably got splinters in it from sitting on that fence for so long.
It's been 24 years of sitting on a fence, Ross.
Well, you do it very, very well. We love the way you play beach volleyball though, Nikki Lead. Look after yourself, and we'll see you back on the sand very soon.
Thank you.
There you go, Nikki Lead. Disappointing obviously for her Nikki to have to withdraw this morning, but as she said, in the end, the long term is what is important for her and for Australian beach volleyball. So at this stage in this match here, we have Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli are cruising along very nicely indeed. 15-10 now as we head towards the group of 16. One more match on centre court after this. We'll have the Rocamper sisters in action against Volova and Mikulikova. This should be a great match. I'm really looking forward to that one. But Christy and Katie are playing some very good beach volleyball here now, and I think you're right, Joe Healy. I think they've got an important statement to make, these two girls, and they are going to start making it right now.
Yeah, absolutely, Ross. Katie and Christy out here looking fairly comfortable now. They've got a 6-point buffer in this second set. Much better there from Sarah and Steph. Again, it's all about that second touch, the set from Steph to Sarah, just putting Sarah in a really good position where she can run onto the ball, attack the ball, and it just gives her far more options on the net. She isn't the tallest player out there, as we know, so she really needs to be in a solid position when she goes up attack. She's absolutely capable of powering that ball down, but she needs a good set to be able to do it. Oh, big swing there from Katie Bartoli, going wide, but Steph Wheeler touching the net, so gifting this Aussie combination of Jenkins-Bartoli another point. 17-11 here as we change ends on centre court at Manly Beach. That serve down the line has been working for the girls in white today. Christy Jenkins on that occasion just pushing the ball a little bit wide. So keeping this Aussie combination, the Volleyroos, Sarah Batterglen and Steph Wheeler, keeping them in it. And a strong serve there from Steph, bringing up 13-17. So back to just 4 points in it. This second set is crucial for these girls, having gone down 21-12 in the first set.
We've got 13 serving 17.
Not quite sure what's happened there. The referee has called a block touch on Steph Wheeler, but she doesn't think that she got a touch, so we'll just have to see what happens here. Referee looks like he's going to have the final say on that occasion, so Sarah Batterglen just having a little chat. Captain of the team, of course, has the right to go and discuss their thoughts with the referee, let's say, but not on this occasion. So Katie Bartoli back to serve, 18-12. Huge swing there, Steph Wheeler. Got the hands of Christy Jenkins, but too much power, forcing the ball out off of her hands. So Sarah Batterglen back to serve, 13-18.
I think it was 14-18. I think it should be 14-18. I think that
Ross is telling me it should be 14-18.
I think they've made a mistake with the score. They reversed that point though. Yeah, no, but they took 2 points instead of 1.
So we're just waiting for confirmation of the score. No arguing that one from Christy Jenkins down the line though. Beautiful high line shot over the block. Great play there. Sarah Batterglen taking on the defender and finding the line. Beautiful play. She's got great touch on the ball, knows exactly where the court is. So Steph Wheeler back to serve, 14-19. Tough one there from Steph Wheeler into the net. So brings up set and match point for Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli, 20-14. There, Sarah Batterglen showing all of the finesse. Beautiful cut shot there. Katie Bartoli got her hand to it, just unable to bring it into the court for Christy to play. So 15 serving 20, still 5 match points for local Manly girl Katie Bartoli and her partner Christy Jenkins. Not on that occasion. As we said before, starts with that first touch off the serve, giving your partner a nice easy ball to come in and set. A little bit of a wayward pass there from Katie. So Sarah Batterglen serving again, 16-20. Great play there. Good transition from Sarah and Steph on that occasion. The wind has picked up a little bit, and Sarah Batterglen now serving into the wind. So using all of her experience, she knows that she can put a little bit more behind that serve and hope that the wind can bring the ball down. So Katie Bartoli just having a few problems on the serve receive. Katie and Christy, of course, still have 3 match points. They lead 20-17 here in this second set. But the Volleyroos making them work for it. Sanj Carter now joins me. She's been out playing this morning, unfortunately. Didn't get the win out there, so looks like you're stuck with us for the rest of the day.
No, my pleasure to be up here, Joe. And interesting fact, Katie and Sarah used to play together, so they had a number of seasons together playing, so they all know each other's games exceptionally well. And when they were both based here in Manly Beach, and so you can see Sarah really just making use of that win that she knows really, really well, but also knowing the game of Katie Bartoli. So I'll be really interested to see if she can. I mean, they've got 3 match points still to defend, so let's see what she can do here. But as you said, up the good end, serving into the breeze.
And there it is, Katie Bartoli, Christy Jenkins take the win with this Australia versus Australia encounter on centre court. 21-12, 21-17. Plenty of support for the 2 local girls out there, Katie Bartoli and Sarah Batterglen, of course. Both of these teams won their 2 games yesterday, so they will go through their pool today. Christy Jenkins and Katie Bartoli will go through in first place, and Sarah and Steph will go through in second. So both of these teams still well and truly alive in this competition.
And we're going to take a quick break while we do some vacuuming around here. As you can hear in the background, we'll also go down and try and have a chat to Katie and Christy and have a chat to them about how this tournament's going for them. So stick with us. We'll be back very, very soon with more from centre court, with a local derby coming up, local derby, depending which side of Australia you're from. But the Rokamp Sisters taking on Volova and Mikulakova.